Bum, bum, bum.
Well, no, it's not stereo, because when my speakers are plugged in, I don't get audio through my headset.
Oh.
So, like, yeah, it's weird.
You're weird.
Your mom's weird.
That is true. She's lovely, too.
Oh.
I'm not wrong.
It's okay. You don't have to justify.
I get my weirdness from both of my parents.
Aw. Equal opportunity weird.
Which one
They
do
are
you get your dancing
insane
skill
in
from?
different ways. Let's see. Do Realms of Terrinoth. Do.
Can I get
Now
my
the
health
question-
back now?
Yes, you are all fully healed back. The rogue has learned he is not a tank. But
Well,
he might-
I was well aware of that before before you started shooting at me and only me. I think I took every single arrow.
Sadly, they see that cute little cat and they immediately want to shoot you.
Good lord.
Aww.
Sociopaths.
Because they're like, cat, it's going to have 9 lives. We got to kill it. Kill it now before it uses its cute power on us.
Based on the number of times I've gone down and gotten back up, I am either actually a cat with 9 lives or a Chumbawamba song.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum.
I vote for the song because, you know, I'm a bard. I get knocked down, but I get up again. Ain't never gonna keep me down.
You're just biased. You want more music.
I
Bard.
have 10 experience points from last time. What the fuck am I doing with it?
It's because you spend it so quickly. Of course, then again, it's meant to be spent quickly and not hoarded like our bard.
Yeah.
I spent mine. I have only 5 points left.
I am proud of you.
I also spent mine, and I think I also have 5 points left.
Because that's when you get that weird 5 points. So you're just like, it's not enough to justify dropping in a skill, but it's, you know, definitely not enough to justify pretty much anything else. It's like, do I really want to get a trash talent or do I want to keep doing my thing?
Hey, listen, even trash talents serve a purpose because they fill up your column.
This is true. They fill up the pyramid. It totally becomes a pyramid scheme at that point.
But
Wah.
How many trash talents do I need so I can pick something really cool next time?
the answer may surprise you.
Can someone drop the link to the Terrinoth book? I seem to have lost my ability to connect to it.
Uh-oh.
If you just go to thetrove.net and search around on there, you can find it. But
Actually,
will...
if you just Google that exact phrase, it usually will come up as the first link.
That is exactly what I didn't even have to Google it. It auto-filled directly to the book, so it's perfect.
There you
It's
go.
like, I know you. I'm Google. I watch your account like a hawk. Would you like to go to this page?
I mean, yes, but I'm not happy about it.
I'm happy about it. At least someone is paying attention.
Jeez.
If nothing else, Google is always there to love you.
As I say that, my roommate brings me a margarita, and I know she loves me.
That's
Oh my
awesome.
God,
That's a
that is the
hell
best
of a roommate.
roommate ever.
I know, she's wonderful.
Tell her if
Now-
she ever gets a new roommate, just let the group know. For the mere fact that there's margaritas involved, you're in.
Now, were the margaritas because you're having a party over there, or because it's Friday?
Well, it's a party now. I believe that is how
Margaritas
it
are
works.
The second tequila gets poured.
Hello.
Hello.
Ah.
That's kind of exactly how the party works, is when the margarita gets poured.
That's right. Strawberry margaritas.
Because our rogue is the cutest little cat ever. Meow.
Meow. Is that better? It almost looks like a weird Ewok cat.
I mean,
It's not weird. He's not Ewoky. He's chibi.
Ewok.
Yeah. What are Ewoks if not chibi Wookiees?
No.
They're chibi grizzly bears.
What are porgs if not chibi Ewoks?
They're just walking teddy bears.
So chibi things are smaller than normal things. So
Yes.
you could call it a wee walk.
Oh my god, I love it! I love that so much.
I'm gonna roll to shoot Eric.
Not even the character, just
Not index, Eric.
All of a sudden, we hear someone say, "Get him another margarita. He needs it for the pain."
It seems I have shot Eric.
Oh.
I have broken the computer in doing so.
Yes, please.
Kelly's dying over there. She's
She did. She had a stressful week, so she
I
apparently
had
needs.
a horrible week.
Eric, do you see what I rolled?
Oh, yes. He both killed me and his sense of humor.
Luckily, that's no great loss.
You
But either
rolled.
count.
You rolled Eric's favorite roll when you get a triumph and a despair because it means something's going to happen.
It's
And
so
succeed
good.
overall.
I love the felicitous in your name.
My middle name is DPS because that's what I am.
It's because he always dips his fingers in people's pockets.
Dips.
Dips. It's like dips, but without the I to slow it down.
It's like an Egyptian version of dips. That's funny for anthropologists because the Egyptian written language doesn't have vowels.
That joke had meta levels.
Do-do-do.
Well, I
So-
thought that actually, you probably know more about this than I did, but I thought the Egyptian language had implied vowels.
The written language has implied vowels. It doesn't have any vowels written into it, which is the problem with translating it verbally. And
Because
actually-
I thought it was similar to Hebrew that way.
It came up in the original Stargate when Daniel Jackson was able to understand the other language once it was spoken because he just had to figure out the vowels. And that's exactly what it means. The Rosetta Stone only gave us the consonants.
I would like
Right.
it brought up that Eric is referencing the 90s movie Stargate and not the series of TV shows spawned
Yeah.
off of it.
Well, if I was
Totally
going
got
to
that.
say that, I would have said SG-1, now wouldn't I?
Not if you're talking about the entire franchise as a whole, which includes the universe and Atlantis.
Well, in any which case, it would still only apply to when he went to the planet and had to learn Egyptian. So it's still
That's true.
Well,
It's like trying to translate the word idiots from idiots.
While we have most of us here, I'm going, and we've taken a couple of days to figure out what's going on in the town. I have a build order for things I plan on crafting. I think the first thing we need to craft is a forge of some type, so that we can make things.
Certainly we have access to that kind of thing in the city.
Yeah, but like being able to craft any and all of these things without penalties is useful. And then the second thing that we need to craft is an apothecary's kit, correct? Am I-
Yes.
Okay.
Well, do we
After that,
get access to all the crafting stuff through the guild? Or do
Well,
we
well,
actually have to get it?
Thankfully, you will be allowed access if you just merely make an appointment. You will have time to use the university workshop area. As long as you're willing to pay for the ingredients that you're using.
Yes. Which is good because I am also an alchemist, and I believe you guys can regain health through some alchemy things, correct?
Alchemy's the shit.
Those delicious potions that bring back your gooey bits once they've been spread on the floor.
Please don't call them the gooey bits.
The gooey twiblets?
That's better.
Okay. The gooey wee walks. Is that better?
It's one of those Fridays, and I don't think she's even had alcohol yet.
No, but she's seriously contemplating to go get a hard cider.
Well, while the group is talking crafting, by all
Yes.
means, you can go grab a cider.
I think I shall. Be right back.
Okay.
James,
Huh?
I have a question, and don't answer it now, but this might be a plot point at some point.
Okay, I've got the notepad out to open up the plot points.
Okay, so as a demigod and son of death,
Okay.
afterlives are real.
Of course there would be.
Right. No, this is the supposition. Do only living things go to afterlife? I would assume so, correct?
I would say things with a soul, depending on how you want to look at that.
Things with a soul. Okay, that works so far. So, do machines have souls? More specifically, is Index alive?
That's a really
That's
good
a good question to ask Index, because like Rune Golems have a intelligence possessing them. So, what does Index think?
Index is currently pondering whether you need to be alive to be sentient.
I'm multitasking right now, but yeah.
In terms of magic spells like healing, no, Index is not alive. He cannot be healed through magic healing. But I don't know if that means he doesn't have a soul or not. That could be a good character arc. Maybe he needs to make it by eating other people's souls.
He just needs to go the data route. Find some magic soul cog to give him some soul power.
It's like
Well, isn't it nice to know the necromancer?
You eat enough souls, and eventually your kidneys produce a soul rock that you have to pass into the
Ow!
Oh, and I just remembered. Does anybody use? Where's the Terrinoth book? Does anyone use? There it is. Charm, deception, or leadership. Ideally, all three.
I have all three.
I have a fine cloak, which was given to me, which I have because I'm a scholar or whatever I am. But Index is terrible at all three of the checks. Wearing the fine cloak removes 1 black from any of those checks.
Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. What's this? I'm going to add this to inventory. Hold on. I will totally take that. Okay, so what's this called?
It is called a fine cloak.
Okay.
And it removes a black from charm, deception, or leadership. And if you're wearing it, the cloak has 0 encumbrance. I do wear it all the time, but I'm a robot, so fashion doesn't matter to me. I'm going to be wearing cardboard boxes soon, which is really advanced for robots. It's actually kind of like a placenta for robots if you think about it.
Awesome. I will totally take a fine cloak.
Where the robots live before they're born. Or uterus. No, but they are inside of a placenta. Aren't they?
Placenta's the part that attaches to the wall of the uterus and transports.
I always thought it was an encased. That's something that they're encased in. Interesting.
No, the placenta is the egg, isn't it? I thought it
No.
was.
I
No,
I have Catholic school sex ed to explain.
So you mean you don't have sex ed?
Devil's bad. Okay. And the placenta attached to the side. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
And now you know.
Well, that's how do you know that's not how my robot came into this world?
Because you're not a flesh golem.
Poor flesh golems. Oh, Frankenstein's a flesh golem, isn't he?
Yep.
Technically.
That was a weird connection.
That's a great segue.
Segue. Oh, let me roll some stuff. Stuff that needs to be rolled. Are the modifiers off of rolls right now?
I believe they are. But let me double check.
That's right. French fries add to the ability to drink martinis. We should continue doing this. Margaritas.
It's good to, yeah, martinis. It's good to combine food with alcohol. It makes it less alcoholic and more social drinking.
And less
So
fun.
yes, we have
It-
cleared the pool.
If you drink French fries with your vodka,
Yeah, no, that
they
checks
are
out.
more friends. I haven't even started drinking.
So thankfully, our troubleshooters have a job. That previous adventure was called The Thing We Do for Friends. Now it's called The Thing We Do for Coins.
Yes.
Okay, so before we start, I'm thinking about spending more XP,
Okay.
and I've got it down to two choices. Tier 2 heroic recovery to get more stamina, or museum worthy to know about old things.
Both loaded items.
I'm probably going to get one of the others when I need it. I mean, they're both things that when I started the character, I thought I would eventually get.
Uh-huh.
Just a matter of which one do people think I should get first? Or should I get?
Well, the stamina is always good for more casty.
Uh-huh.
But knowing things is also a powerful tool.
Yep.
Right up.
Anyone have any opinions?
Opinions on what?
Which of the talents you should pick?
Repeat them because I'm sorry I was multitasking.
Heroic recovery and get back stamina, or museum worthy and know about old things?
I say get back stamina.
Get
We
back.
don't have a I mean, I'm the closest thing to a healer, and with his index's alchemy augmenting, but still you want the stamina back.
Yeah, especially as a spellcaster, you're going to be using that pretty often.
Okay.
I mean, you lose your thing quite a your
Oh yeah. So
So-
then just to remember, just to make sure, if I have 2 tier 1s, can I get a second tier 2, or do I need a third tier 1 before I get a second tier 2?
You need a third tier 1.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. I'm getting museum worthy.
So yeah, if you look at the picture that Joseph drew on the bottom of the page, it shows the pyramid.
Oh, right. It's
system.
a pyramid, not an obelisk.
Yep, it's totally a pyramid scheme.
Okay.
I forgot I did that.
Yeah, I was pretty sure it was you that did it.
I did. I just forgot about it. It's been like 3 weeks.
It's been a day or two.
I need to do. Mechanics.
Why or how?
So as you guys are, conveniently taking that week for crafting, because you guys are realizing, hey, we've got a little spending change, and it's so much cheaper to build your own stuff or
It
possibly
really
blow
is.
up the laboratory, one or the other, than paying some schmo to do it for you. This is also that point where, our two troublemakers are finding work for you guys because they're good at that. They are good at that. And does anybody have the ride skill? Is a quick question.
The ride skill? Hold on, let me write.
Right? It's just athletics.
Oh shit.
No, riding is agility.
Oh, I thought riding was athletics.
Nope. It's its own general
It's
skill.
a skill based on agility, like riding a car or
Oh,
driving
good.
a car.
Well, it
Or-
still sucks for me. I've got 2 green in it.
Same.
Hey, you can still ride a horse in a safe, calm manner, especially when you tell the stable person to give me the oldest, slowest nag in the barn.
No, like, do you have something like a seatbelt, something that will like?
Do you have one of those cool covers so that way I can just be sitting up
So
on the cover
is
instead?
it a custom skill? It isn't on the regular
Hey,
skill list.
I'm small enough. I can just ride with somebody
Oh
else
no, there it is. Okay,
and hold on to them.
I've got 3 green.
See, that's not bad.
No, I'm definitely going to get some at some point.
So what all are you planning to make crafting wise?
I think the only thing I'm going to be able to make in a week is going to be the apothecary's kit.
Okay, so are you planning to take a little extra time then?
No, I think that's fine. Like, to keep us on schedule, I think that will work. But yeah, I think the rarity of the item is 6. Crafting process takes 1 day plus the rarity of the item. Yeah.
So a 6 would be 3 purple, dividing the rarity by 2.
Correct. That's what my last roll when I added the difficulty to it.
So 4 advantages and 3 successes.
Good check.
Very good check. So how are you going to spend those 4 advantages for crafting?
I think I'm going to spend 3 of because I don't really think there's a use for hard points in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use it to make a schematic of it to reduce the difficulty of future crafts by 1.
Oh, that's a
Nice.
good idea.
And I'll reduce the. I guess I'll reduce the time it takes to craft it by a day. So it'll take 6 days instead of 7.
So not only do you do it faster than anticipated, but you also put a schematic in your punch card brain.
Yeah.
So that way next time you'll be like, I'm going to make a better one.
Yes. Next time it will be easier.
Next time it'll have the whole increase the benefits of the item or superiority.
I hope so. Yes,
Just gonna
I would really like it to be a superior thing because it would make it easier to heal everyone else.
Yes, indeed.
Let's see. Item inventory.
And for those not on the list, it's the Apothecary Kit. Like alchemists, apothecaries often travel with specialized kits. These kits commonly contain bandages, salves, poultices, and other items necessary to heal the injured and sick. An Apothecary Kit allows your character to perform medicine to heal wounds and critical injuries without penalties.
Yes.
And of course, just like with the Alchemist kit, it doesn't say it, but I give you the +1 blue because it's a really good kit.
Yeah.
So is there anything else specially that you guys do before Deeps in Gears comes up with a job that you guys have to hurry up and go do?
Oh, I probably would have been playing some of the local taverns.
Go ahead and give me a quick performance check, by the way.
Okay. So I don't see performance. What would that fall under? Because I'm not seeing performance. Is that?
Let's pull up Twyla's character sheet.
I mean, charm or? Because I'm not seeing it on skills.
Oh yeah, that's right. You don't have performance. I'm thinking D&D.
Yeah.
What skill would you use? Probably
Charm.
something related to presence for
Charm.
your performance.
Charm.
We walk.
And of course, I'm going to have to shamelessly pop out a purple dice there for you.
A purple die?
A single purple die because it's a drunk college town.
So cruel.
So you only have 2 successes, 2 advantages, and 1 triumph.
That's basically a useless result.
That is like the most useless result.
So, how much money do I
have
make?
twice this number, and then you have twice this number, and then you have 5 times this number.
They only use silver in this, right?
Yep, they only use silver because gold is too expensive. So you have 66 plus 112.
302.
Holy shit, if we can make that much money in a week, why are we adventuring?
Fucking right.
Well, it's mainly because in a week she's got the reputation of a rock star.
I am. I'm like, So that was how much?
302. 304. 302. 302.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
this is what happens when you succeed at everything.
Hey,
Success, advantages and triumphs.
I am Twyla Fairdiddy after all. I seek fame. It's one of my desires. It's my desire.
Oh, wait. I remember what I wanted to do with the week. We had that thing that we wanted to research.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me bring up my notes.
The magic relic.
Yeah, had a scroll for Bob, which, oh man, yeah, that's right. I sold that scroll case for like quite a bit of money, didn't I? 266 silver pieces we got for that scroll.
Yeah,
But
hey,
I
it was
did make a note as to what we
historical
were researching. But I'm always happy to perform.
That's what she said.
Yes, I did say that. Because I'm a bard.
And that's why you got to triumph. See? Okay, so Deeps and Gears, as I'm thinking, is like the perfect nickname for these two and their little shenanigans. Have a job with a local baron. Well, he's technically not local to this area, but the baron has come to see his son off to school.
Wait, James.
Yeah?
I wanted to take a week and search for that, and research that thingy.
Research the relic?
Yes.
Okay, so I will give you a blue die because you're at a school. And...
Well, I'm also going to do something tricky.
What tricky thing are you going to do?
Non-living things have essences, don't they?
They do.
I'm going to use a utility spell in the safety of the university.
Necromancy at school. Everyone lets that slide.
No. This is not necromancy because it's never been dead.
Okay. Why does this scare me more?
and
it's like it's about to be dead.
And communicate with the essence of the relic and have something manifest and tell me about itself.
Okay.
So basically a spiritual identify spell.
Yep. Okay, so how are you going to make that magical connection?
Well, I've got it, right?
Which it are we referring to?
The object.
The scroll?
The scroll?
Well, what object are you referring to?
The scroll.
Okay. So what kind of spirit are you trying to pull out of it? Or are you like trying to do like a psychomancy?
Or like a psychomancy.
Okay. So I have got your difficulty in there. If you want to roll a knowledge skill and make it fly of what knowledge skill you got.
Oh, you need to reset our pool.
I already have. If you hit refresh, or I'll just force an update.
Okay, because I want to use one.
Okay, so let me put an upgrade in there for you. Don't roll yet. Okay, go for it.
Arcana, right? Or would Divine work better?
You tell me from what direction you're researching. Because it's research.
Let's do Divine first.
Okay. So you're searching through holy scriptures and religious records, and you know how religious records actually have all the true facts scribbled away.
Unless this is a forbidden knowledge thing.
You could do forbidden knowledge if you want to do forbidden knowledge.
Let's do divine. Let's do divine first.
Okay, so you're going through all these holy scriptures and religious references to when people have put down the foul wielders of this blade or staff, depending on how you want to put it.
Oops.
What do you mean, oops? That's a good roll.
Yeah, I'll accept for the despair.
That's a great roll.
Yeah, you learn everything there is to know about this now completely unfunctional object.
So of course, you find detailed, logs of, because it's the scythe that you're looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Religious texts about how, different holy crusades from different religions have done theirs, especially the Church of Light. They are big about burning anyone who wields this thing on a pyre. It's just their thing. Usually because whoever's wielding it's probably using it for something bad, but, just going to say.
I accidentally clicked that.
I was worried for a second of what you were using that story point for, but I think I'll give it back to you. How about that?
That's so nice.
There you go. It's back in your pot. So you do find research on a location where basically they made super clear, specific reference of where the weapon, it couldn't be destroyed for some reason. Apparently, things as they are, they couldn't find a way of destroying it. They didn't have Mount, Doom anywhere nearby, and they entombed it in a old paladin's training grounds, basically a keep. And that is a place you want to definitely go research in person to find out at this keep if you can find that weapon. Unfortunately, the reference material is pretty old. It's like, good 300-400 years old. It is based before the last Great War happened and, bad things happened. And you realize when you're pulling out the maps and referencing, okay, they went over this hill and this dale and through this woods and this elven area still exists. It is in the middle of what is now currently, when you pull out the new current maps, in the heart of a little outcropping of elf communities that basically imported into the area that were their ancient homeland, and they kind of redominated the area with wildlife and growth. So what was once a nice hilly plain, according to the humans, mainly because some bad dragons came and trashed it, is now a nice, beautiful 100-year woods type of area. It's got a lot of greenery growing, but it's not completely ancient foresty. So it's a nice, beautiful oak forest that the druids and the elves are tending with almost religious fervor.
Okay, I will relay my findings to the rest of the group.
And there's
that it will seal our doom.
And there's totally a elf that you can name drop that you have in the holy scriptures and the records. So if you go there, you can totally name drop that, hey, I followed the writings of this elven scholar who wrote for this religious group, and they should totally welcome you with open arms.
Okay.
Totally welcome you with open arms. Dun, dun, dun. So the question is Korrick actually going to steal from people at the school, by the way?
At the school? No. I'm going to go around the town.
Well, pretty much the entire town is the school, and the school is the town. So if you're stealing from somebody there, you're probably stealing from either one of the students or the students' parents visiting.
Well, when you put it that way, yeah, I'm stealing around the school.
Okay. So do me, because it's always fun to give, cash out nefariously.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and, since it is a college town, pretty much folks don't have their guard on too much. Give me a skullduggery.
Okay.
As I bet you're going to... Yep, I got it set up as you're going to click that button, I bet.
No.
No, you didn't click the button.
No. I trust my own abilities.
Nice. So you end up getting, as I click and click, wow, 106 silver and also 52 silver. So 158 silver, stealing, from the bars and things as you're pilfering what you see people putting down as they're counting their purses out in the open.
Well, there you go.
And thankfully, while Korrick was doing this, is kind of how he overheard the Baron that's in town. This big human, big-bellied, red nose, very, very boisterous and gruff.
Santa. It's Santa Claus.
Except he has reddish brown, big mustache. It curls out gloriously with his little tiny soul patch.
It's French Santa.
As he's like, my bastard third-born son has not arrived yet. I think his caravan may have been waylaid. And of course, I'm sure you dove right in on the idea of, hey, we're troubleshooters. We'll find your missing son. And of course, when you're making the offer of doing this, he's like, no! And he spits. That spit, useless third-born son of mine is the least of the things that I want found. I
would like all of that money to have come from his purse, because fuck that guy specifically.
Yeah, what a dick.
He is the least important thing in that caravan. So, and of course, at this point, he would have sent his guys out to get some intel on your little business and to make sure you're legit. And to totally have gotten the totes magoats that you're legit because, hey.
We are legit.
I am Baron Harold Doof Gatan the 15th.
Huh?
Greatest horse breeder of the land.
There were 14 other of these assholes before him.
Yes.
Yeah.
This form of douchebaggery requires much refinement. I wish you to go and find my son's useless caravan. And when you do, I need you to return my family's seal. It is worth 10 of my sons.
All right.
As Bob was barking in the background. And he basically breaks, he opens his little vest and he's got a bunch of scrolls and he breaks off a wax seal to show you what it looks like. And, he basically says, I need that seal to conclude my business here before I must return home because the weather here is atrocious. Look what it does to my mustache. It does not stand firm and strong like a mustache should.
Well, surely, Your Grace, even in this weather, your mustache is impeccable and powerful.
Why, thank you, you adorable little furry man. Do you have siblings looking for work? I would love to hire one of your siblings to be at my court.
Unfortunately, I'm an only child.
Oh, that is very sad. I was not an only child. I had 6 other brothers I had to contend with to get the family title.
Of course, many of my people are in orphanages around the kingdom. If you're willing to train them from a young age, I'm certain they would make great courtiers.
And he strokes a little soul patch he's got, and he looks at his herald, and he's like, you hear that? We could go to the orphanages and get them for free. As you hear the cringe.
I guarantee you they'll eat better as servants in a court than they will in a semi-medieval orphanage.
I don't know. I'm just thinking a line of like 8 adorable kitten orphans. Just mewing.
All dressed in tuxedos.
Just going, mew, mew.
Yeah. I'm gonna Avengers assemble the group.
Yeah, we'll negotiate for at least 25% of whatever we bring back.
Can I make a recommendation? I think all of us should get backpacks if we don't already have them.
I think I do. Hold on, because I'm a wandering gnome.
Because I think they increase our encumbrance by 4, and that would let us bring back that seal for sure.
Yep, I have a backpack.
I don't, but I'll buy one with my ill-gotten gains. And a new fucking rope.
Aw, someone who loves me has gifted me with a bundle on Roll20.
Oh, you
Oh,
got
my.
it. I was worried.
A Lost Dungeon of Rickness, Big Rick Energy Model.
Oh god.
Someone wants to play that on Roll20, doesn't they?
Oh,
Well, I
God.
thought since you were looking at it in the store, but the fact that they had it in Roll20, that that way you could have it without
You're adorable. You want us to get drunk and play that module, don't you?
it's a one shot, so
Mm-hmm.
So the answer is yes.
Pickle Rick. That'll definitely have to be on the to-do list. And of course, when talking to him, he will provide you 5 mounts of his own purest stock. And he points back and you see these beautiful almond-colored chestnut mares. They've got the light blonde hair and the almond milk-colored fur. They're immaculate. You could sell these mounts for a lot of money. Something tells me they're not making.
do you have a pony?
No, but we have a saddle for a small child.
Okay, that'll work.
So you Avengers assemble the group, and you meet him at where he's currently residing at the hotel, waiting for his useless third-born son to show up.
Yeah, he's such a sweetheart, isn't he?
Jesus Christ. Heavy crossbows have cumbersome 3.
Yep.
That's why they're called heavy.
Fuck. Definitely gonna save up for a repeating crossbow though.
Because then you just grab that handle and just go ka-chink, ka-chink, ka-chink.
Yeah, and I'll just get the second level of quick draw to ignore the fucking prepare writing.
So you immediately just drop the handful of bolts and they go right into the slot.
Yep, it's literally a machine gun.
Impressive.
That big ass machine gun.
It's a
gonna text Carla
Catling
right
gun.
I'm gonna text Carla right fucking now and get her to work on that.
It's a Catling gun.
Just tell her to Google the Chinese repeating crossbow as your source material, and that way she's got a good visual reference for it. Seriously, they actually have the Chinese repeating crossbow that is exactly that. Ancient cool design.
Oh no, it's gonna be like a fucking M240. Like a modern belt-fed machine gun with a bipod posted up on a hill.
Holy shit. Chadwick Boseman just died.
Ooh.
Really?
The Black Panther, yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Jesus.
What?
Oh my god!
What the crap?
Oh my god! No!
He's 43 years old.
Holy
Jesus.
shit! And we
Was
wanted
it
more
an
movies. damn it.
accident or?
He died of cancer.
Oh
Jesus.
god!
Wow.
Damn.
Oh, that poor man.
Even in Wakanda, they can't fix that.
Yeah.
That
soon?
sucks. Too soon.
That was unexpected. Oof. Well, that's a notification I could have done without.
Yeah. So you guys, let's break the somber moment with saying
Yeah.
you meet at the douchebag Dukes. That's his nickname.
Yeah.
Basically, this little mini tiny tavern. It's more of like a you'd think of it like a little flop house almost, but he kind of has taken over the whole place and dressed it up nice, and because you can tell this is where he's kind of pseudo holding court, because there's really nice hay being brought in to feed these horses that are being each horse has like 2 caretakers taking care of each horse. You're like, Holy crap, this guy loves his horses. Holy crap, he's a douche. And he meets you guys in the sitting room where he's got this nice little chair set up for his holding of court. And he basically has you come in, and before business, everybody gets a little booze, because he tells you, my family tradition is we drink and then we talk business. So is everybody drinking the drink?
Sure.
It looks like I'm drinking it, but it's more of I'm just bringing it to my lips and then putting it down. I don't have that much,
Okay.
stamina.
So give me a deception roll as you're deceptively drinking.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun. Because of course this guy wants at least 3 rounds in y'all before you decide to sign contracts.
Are we all drinking from the same pitcher?
Oh yeah, everybody's got the same bottle, the same pitcher. He's actually bringing a family stock pitcher out to. This is a special brew that the family does. Tilda thankfully is doing the whole fake sip and then pitches over her shoulder.
Fake kind of thing,
and kind of pours it down someone's boot next to her.
Because my discipline is 1 green, so I'm not drinking it.
So the rest of you, give me a resilience check.
Do I have to give a resilience check?
You know what? Because you don't need to eat or drink. What are you doing to dispose of it? It's probably your boot she's pouring it.
Pouring it where my mouth should be.
So Korrick merely is taking a point of strain from this very, very, very strong, very, very ethanol-y alcohol.
There's a reason cats can drink seawater.
And it tastes,
all in the liver.
Bad schnapsy, Unfortunately, Bob apparently is not one for liking their liquor, and Bob definitely gets tipsy by round 3, as the Baron is basically counting down of how many more rounds before we can discuss business, and y'all see Bob get kind of like bright and rosy cheeks, just like this guy, and he finally sits down in his big fluffy cushion chair, and he's like, "So now we can talk business."
Yes.
So has your cute friend Korrick here, has he told you the job that I'm hiring you for?
He has apprised us of the situation, but perhaps you could go into more detail, particularly the remuneration portion.
And he kind of looks at you and you use fancy words like rumination. And he just like squints at you and you can tell he's waiting for you to define that word that you just used.
What would be, how much would we be paid?
See that is exactly why I'm sending my boy to the university, to use big words like this when discussing business. It makes you look smart, you genius little gnome. This is why you're the one talking. Yes. So, I want you to go and basically backtrack where my son's caravan should have been. Obviously, he hasn't made it since he's 4 days behind. And I want you, which I am gifting you as a bonus, 5 of my finest mares from my stable.
Mares?
Mares.
Why do we need city leaders for this?
As well as a fine stipend of silver coins, enough to keep you in brothels for weeks.
I get to go to brothels without paying.
I only go into brothels to perform.
Hey.
Music!
What is a bed but a stage by any other name?
Yes, well, I don't play on that stage.
That's the bard mantra.
So I would like you to take those mounts that I have available and backtrack to where my son should be, which the last place we heard him, he was in the grassy plains of Korrick, which I do worry that possibly the caravan was waylaid by the orc raiders that live in those areas. You've heard of them, yes?
Yes, but let's talk more of this stipend.
Well, that's
we just need to be specific.
Yeah.
It's specifics are good for both parties. Hush, Bob.
So I am willing to pay you in fine, freshly minted silver coins.
How many fine, freshly minted silver coins?
So, has your friend explained to you that I need you to recover? And he reaches over and plucks off a little wax seal that hasn't been broken and kind of plops it down in the little vestibule that's nearby. The family's royal seal. It was given to us by the Emperor of the Old Empire. If you return this to me, I will reward you with 550 silver coins.
Okay, 550 silver coins plus the 5 mares. Actually, I mean, and the mares sell for quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So, I think, okay, give me a moment to confer with my compatriots, and I think that we can definitely come to some arrangement.
A normal riding beast is 400 apiece.
Now, I would like to
war-mounted
say,
100.
oh, I would like to say, now, there are 5 of us, but we're gonna need an extra horse for your son.
And he counts your group again, and there are only 4 of you that I see.
Yes, but one of our compatriots is not with us at the moment.
Well,
He's our scout. He's scouting.
I was only advised that there was 4 of you.
Where's the Muffin Man, guys?
He's not here.
Are we looking to come out of this with more horses?
Well, because we can sell them, and we can use them for encumbrance.
That's true, but
4 horses is a lot.
That's a lot, and also, I don't know about you guys, my ride is terrible.
Mine is too. Mine's horrible.
Could we perhaps argue for half as many horses and a wagon?
I mean, a wagon is half the price of a horse.
But we would actually use it.
Yeah, it's half the price of a normal horse.
Okay, well,
What
how
he's
about
suggesting is you can probably trade one horse for a wagon with no problem.
So instead of that 5th horse, throw in a wagon, please.
I think it'll just be easier to do that.
Yeah, instead of the 6th horse.
Wait. There are riding horses and wagon horses, and they're completely different.
You're going to break these beautiful, mares on a wagon.
Yes, because we must know how to ride.
Yeah, and I know so much about horses.
As he kind of
I know horses. We shouldn't put these ones on a wagon.
I'll tell you what, a beast of burden, which is supposed to be the thing that carries a wagon, is also half the price of a normal horse.
Okay, so instead of 6 horses, she give us the 5 horses and a beast of burden in a cart. A wagon.
He just kind of looks at you and says, but why do you need all of the horses then if you have a wagon?
Okay.
I will gladly supply you a horse and wagon.
Don't we need food for the horses?
Which is a good reason for you to then have less horses than if you have a wagon.
Yeah, but Do you want us to just have them carry all the cargo? They're riding horses. Your beautiful horses set to that base occupation?
Okay, so do me a favor. It sounds like
Negotiation.
Twyla wants to negotiate.
Yes, and I'm going to flip a coin. Flip a.
Okay,
a
she
point.
wants
Hold
to spend a story point because she's negotiating with a horse breeder and vendor.
Exactly. So use us. Okay, and negotiation. Oh, let me get to the right page. All right, you ready? And you've got my. Okay.
Yeah, you're all set to trade with a horse trader.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh,
Jesus.
Holy
hey!
fuck.
That is by far the most excellent roll I've ever seen.
So when all is said and done, part of that advantage is, when you return with his family seal and or his son, he might have a job for you. He might have a job for you as the lowest ranking negotiator in horse trading.
I'm going to recommend you to all of my opponents.
Because you as a negotiator with horses will make the horses look so much larger.
Jesus.
So when you mention wagons, he like looks around very smugly, and he gives you that Robert De Niro smug smile, where he's just like, yeah, okay, I'll give you a wagon. I'll give you a wagon with 2 draft animals pulling the wagon. Technically, you all can fit in the wagon, as well as 2 of his mares.
Balls.
This sounds like a logical opinion to Index.
And he'll even throw in the feed you were worried about for the animals.
How considerate.
So you have 2 draft animals and a wagon and 2 beautiful, superior, mounts. They glisten in the daylight.
Ebbet, sorry guys.
And he even suggests that if you do find my useless third-born son, his mother, my 5th wife, mind you, may actually give you some silver coins from her monthly stipends. If he's returned in a usable condition.
And half of whatever we bring back from your caravan.
And he immediately latches onto, yes, half. I get half back myself.
Yes.
Yes.
There will be things that are come back from the caravan.
And I will have them ready
and everything that we get from anyone who we have to fight on the way.
Well, that's between you and who you meet on the road.
Yeah, we don't have to tell them shit about that.
I've been told that you're very good about that type of situation. I heard you returned a Rune Golem to the university.
As a matter of fact, we did.
As he's
Is Rooney feeling better?
Last time you saw him, yes.
Does he remember me?
He does remember you.
Yay!
He just gives that derpy cat rock monster smile. Where you just hear the grinding when he smiles at you.
Yay, yay, yay.
So if you come back in the morning, I will have your wagon and your draft horses ready, as well as 2 of my finest mares.
Okay.
If you wouldn't mind me asking, what type of saddles would you prefer?
Who wants to ride the...
I do.
So
I tell him my preferred saddle.
Okay, so he makes sure to have your preferred riding style saddle available, because when you're into trading horse flesh for the kingdoms, you know that saddles are important.
So, Korrick, what type of saddle would you like?
I'll just hang out in the wagon.
Okay, so the same saddle that Bob's getting on the other mare.
Okay, so 2 human-sized saddles for cross-country style riding.
Yep. In case we bring back the sun.
No crazy knight saddle or Mongolian saddle or English side saddle.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so you guys can come back in the morning. Your wagon is packed. There's even a few days biscuits and flasks of water if you wanted them. Probably enough to get you out there, but not get you back.
Okay.
And of course, he does have a map for you of the planned caravan route, which, basically, it's a pretty straight shot to the plains. And then it takes a little hook to follow the mountain lines because of, water sources. And it does have a list of a few dangers out there, but does somebody want to give me a survival roll or knowledge geography?
I'll do survival.
Yeah, I'm 1 rank and a green for geography.
I'm 4 greens for survival.
Okay, so who's going to roll which?
I'll do survival.
You roll.
Okay.
Do you have better survival?
Default to knowledge. I have 3 green.
Yeah, but his survival is still better.
I thought James said that he needed 1 of each.
No. If you guys wanted, you could roll 1 of each.
Oh, I'll roll knowledge geography. He can roll survival.
Okay.
I can aid you, and you can use my intelligence with your skill.
Okay. So, Jim, you want to set that up with the blue die and.
Do I need to add some extra greens?
No, not for.
If he's helping you.
Oh, I thought it was the blue die.
Yeah, she should roll 4 greens and a yellow. Plus anything
so I
else.
need 2 greens and a yellow added to my roll.
Okay, so you're rolling just greens?
No, I have 2. I have a yellow and a green in geography.
Okay, so you need just 2 greens added then?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, go for it.
Sweet!
Damn.
Look at all those threats, though.
Yeah. But
so,
still...
immediately, you're totally looking through this map, and you're finding a bunch of shortcuts to get you, around there in half the time.
She's missing a green.
Well, she should be a total of 4 dice, right?
I have a 5 intelligence, so she should have 4 greens and a yellow.
Let me roll a green for you. As obviously, he's pointing over your shoulder saying you missed the spot. Okay, so...
Dang it, I was hoping for advantages.
So there's going to be 4 threats in play, I'm not going to tell you exactly what those are, but those are going to be a thing. Those are going to be cashed in, don't worry. So what would you like for your triumph, by the way?
For the triumph, this is interesting. I'm not driving the cart for one. What?
Could you possibly be friendly with those orcs?
I'm friendly with everybody.
Or maybe there's a pub on the route that that you've got the inn. That could be a thing.
Yeah, we could do that. Definitely. I know. I'm very well known at a inn on the way.
Okay, so like one of the way stations that are out there.
Uh-huh. They love me there.
Okay, so it's totally going to be an episode of The Hateful Eight.
I haven't seen that.
You got to see it. You really do. It's super gory. You'll cringe the whole way through.
It's a Quentin Tarantino, so of course it is.
Okay, so you basically know of a place down there that, like, hey guys, if we're going down there, we're going to this place. So what kind of way station, tavern, roadside place is it?
Let's say that it is this is a kingdom, so it is a kingdom courier drop. The
Sort of like
for the area,
sort of like the Pony Express used to do.
Exactly. But there's like this, really nice tavern and small little community that built up around it.
Okay. I'll let you tell me the name later on when we get there. Okay, so that was, Twyla's looking over with, Index looking over her shoulder. Go ahead and give me the survival roll. So totally, our survivalist is, here. He's immediately saying we need more water than should be, because if, the idiots went through this area, they're probably going to have to fight for water. And that's a bad thing. As well as you clearly believe that this might actually be some of the worst orc territory out there, because there's a certain species of orc lizard mount that they use, which is this cool little 6-legged angry lizard. And that's like their prime territory that the orcs find these things in. So you know that you probably have to worry about orcs mounted on very scary 6-legged lizards.
So we need to bring more water. We're going through some very rough territory.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and we want something of his.
Something of his sons?
Yes.
And he looks at the steward and go get the bastard's trunk and let them take whatever they want from the trunk. And a few minutes later, the steward drops.
This is the next day, right? I'm not drunk?
Correct.
Nope, you're not drunk.
Okay.
No more than usual.
It's the next day, but that doesn't mean you're not drunk.
That stuff was
like
powerful.
I said, no more than
He
usual.
sent you home with a bottle of schnapps.
Ooh.
The bottle
So-
is the size of the automaton.
It's one of those Magnum champagne bottles. So they drop the trunk open and they kind of pull out like the key ring with the 40 keys and find the right key and open the trunk and basically say, "You may take whatever of my third-born son's belongings you think necessary."
What's in there?
It's got an assortment of clothes, shirts, pants, boots, leggings. There's. Are you poking through to see what's in there?
Yeah.
Okay, so can I do a utility spell to see if there's anything there that has a link to him?
Okay. I'm gonna upgrade your difficulty once because he hasn't worn any of this stuff in a while. So I'm ready when you're ready for your spell. As you're looking for something that's got somebody's tasty, tasty aura on it.
Fuck!
What? That's a success.
Oh, okay.
Success and a threat. So take a point of strain for that after morning schnapps, feel. As you do your Wama Lama Shamba, and you sense for something that's got the closest connection to him. The closest thing you find in there, and especially when Korrick starts literally rummaging through, pulling stuff out so he can see what's in the bottom, you sense that there is a dagger and hilt, just a fine little steel and black leather dagger and little sheath that is picking up on his aura, mainly because, as I'm assuming when you gesture to it, Korrick will pick it up, that it's got a little bit of blood you see on the dagger, like somebody may have cut themselves while sharpening it or playing with it.
He's a witch. Burn him.
You're pretty sure that that's probably the son's blood.
Okay.
as a wild dog goes running by in the city streets. So you take the dagger. So you do have a dagger. If somebody wants to keep this dagger, it is a well-crafted, superior dagger.
I can throw it.
We can't use it until after we find him.
As immediately she throws it into somebody, and because it's the last dagger she has, and she's like, "Oops."
I mean, I'm good at really throwing them, so but I'll take it. But I'll use it last.
Okay, you take the dagger and kind of stick it in your belt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he gestures to the men to take the chest back up to the boy's room. That useless whelp. If he comes back alive, I'm going to tan his hide. If not, well, bring back enough that we can put into the family mausoleum.
Oh, God.
So, go. And he gestures for you guys to get in the wagon and go. He has the horses tied to the wagon. You got 2 broken-looking draft, horses.
Index, you drive.
I think it's still going to be a riding check, so I don't think it's a great idea for him to drive.
Okay, so you drive.
I guess. It's the same as if you drive.
No, it's not, because if you fail, it's not her failing.
No, I can make the road just a little lighter by playing songs for us if I'm not driving.
And Korrick, you make the road lighter by curling up and falling asleep in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already spent my 10 experience earlier. I wish I had spent it on soothing tone.
And you just hear the soothing purr in the back.
Well, no, soothing tone basically increases an animal's riding or draft animal's ability to not get scared and remove strain from them. So,
as you give them the soothing as you're shooting crossbow arrows across their nose. Don't spook, horse. Don't spook.
Using their ears as my sight.
Okay, so you guys basically heading on out of town. Thankfully you're following the map. Like only our little gnome knows how to do, because she read that map so well with index basically pointing things out to her.
And also because she's the only one capable of reading a map.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
As Twyla's like, I'm carrying the map.
Yeah.
That's totally thing she would do. So you guys are heading out of civilized territory. You got your little guard up. So who's going to be on a horse and who's going to be
wait. Before we leave the town, we want to get extra food and water because you said he didn't give us enough.
Yeah.
This is true. Okay, so you guys are going to stop at the little convenience barn that's right there at the edge of town for, hey, it's a little more pricey, but you don't have to carry it through the whole town. So you can buy some barrels of water and some food.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Or booze. I mean, booze is totally an option.
We're not dwarves.
God's bless them. Each and every drinking one of them. So is there anything else you guys want to pick up? Because there's conveniently, this barn's got that whole roadside, market where they've got torches, trail rations, water skins, a 30 hands long pole. Even probably you can find some healing herbs if you're interested in them.
Those are pricey.
Those are very pricey. But me wife dried the herbs just yesterday. They're super potent.
Of course they are.
They're the healing herbs of what hurts ya.
It's just opiates.
All you have to do is crush the herbs into a wound or put it into a pot of water and drink in the aroma.
Or better yet, a barrel of whiskey. Make some laudanum.
There you go. Woohoo!
That's what it was. It was whiskey and opium.
Yeah. So is there anything you guys, want to pick up? Saddlebags is also a thing. If anyone's riding on a horse, a saddlebag is nice.
You gave us saddles and no saddlebags?
Of course, no saddlebags.
We didn't negotiate that.
Well, we do. We have a wagon though, and I think we all have backpacks.
I have backpacks
And
for sure.
In fact, he even has one set of horse barding, by the way, if anyone was interested.
Jesus.
Bought it off a poor knight, a bat on his luck.
Aww.
Should be noted the riding beast already has an encumbrance capacity of 12, so.
Yeah, can I take that for now?
Yeah, but the riding beast also has to carry you.
Yeah. The beast of burden has an encumbrance capacity of 18. And the wagon can hold up to 50.
Mm-hmm. And the two beasts of burdens are pulling the wagon.
So, can you give us information on the beasts that we can enter into our sheets?
It's in Terrinoth.
Okay.
Literally just closed it.
It's a strong, hardy draft horse. They're really good at athletics and resilience. Basically, you can use your move to make them move. So they're just like you guys. They can move the same speed and everything, basically.
Page 104.
104, thank you.
That's exactly right. They have a soak of 4, by the way, and only a wound threshold of 7, so it's easy for me to kill them.
That's a pleasant thought.
I thought you'd like that.
Can we talk about the fact that war mounts have a hooves or claw attack that does 6 damage?
Nice.
Yep. 6 damage, and they have knockdown.
Yeah. That's impressive.
Yeah. They're actually taught to clock something in the face.
And 3 ranks in resilience.
Yeah, that's a huge one. The discipline too as well, so that way if you run into a fire.
I'm just thinking about the resilience. You can ride these things through a cloud of poison.
Mm-hmm.
You might die, but the horse will go fine.
It's like World War I. The chlorine gas killed you, but your horse kept going just no problem. Whereas the regular riding beast only has athletics and resilience as a minion.
Same with
so encumbrance 18, silhouette 2.
Okay, so everybody got everything they need?
I might need another cider, but I'll wait.
So what's their soak?
For the beast of burden, it's 4. For the riding horses, it's also 4.
I'll be back in a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the characteristics. To intellect, cunning, willpower, persistence.
And then we just wait for the clockwork man to upgrade the wagon so it doesn't need horses.
That's a good idea.
It runs on humans.
He makes it look like this cool mechanical contraption, and it's really just got one human in each wheel that's been hollowed out, and they crawl.
It looks like it's kind of like that movie Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
The movie Snowpiercer, or also the show Snowpiercer.
Well, there's
We'll
like
see
a decade between the show and
7 years between the show and the movie. The train has yet to fall apart totally yet.
It's a modern day Stargate.
Mm-hmm.
The TV show is based on the movie? Like it's a sequel?
It's a
No,
prequel.
Prequel.
Oh, it's a prequel. Oh, that
In the
makes sense.
timeline of because the movie takes place 17 years after the freeze,
Mhm.
and the TV show takes place 7 years after the freeze.
So that way, in theory, both can actually happen. Because the train in the movie is shorter than the train in the show, which, first season they lose a couple cars. So it just shows you the diminishing returns of this train going around the world all the time. Just don't lose the sushi car. Or like I think is genius in marketing, TNT says, go to our website, create and design your own train cart and submit it on the website to be a possible cart in the show. That's called outsourcing that shit.
Yes,
Yep.
the cart of no shrimp, followed by the cart of only shrimp.
The cart of no shrimp is in fact just lobsters.
It's for the shellfish intolerant.
It's not small lobsters. These are like giant lobsters that attack everyone going through.
It's actually just one giant lobster.
I played in that D&D module.
You guys are adorable.
Qualish's apparatus.
A giant lobster. I know in high seas shenanigans, they got to witness one of the apparatuses,
Apparati.
but they did not steal it.
Apparatum.
No.
Instead, they went down into it with a diving bell.
Lame.
Till we got sort of
So is this a riding beast?
attacked by a giant
Or a
octopus.
woman?
They are riding beasts.
Okay.
He does not train his mares to be war mounts. That is for the stallions. So you guys are heading out?
I think we got everything.
Okay. I really thought you guys would have, spent that loose change on some other stuff.
I mean, I did spend it on a few things. I got rope, backpack, refilled my torches.
It's good to have torches. Okay, so you guys are basically heading out. The first 2 or 3 days you're in fairly civilized parts of the world, so there's no big deal, You guys can opt to sleep in the wagon, which is probably just take turns sleeping. Is probably
Well, two of us can fit in there, no problem.
Okay. Well, no, this is a decent sized wagon. It's basically a station wagon.
You can carry up to 50 encumbrance. There's plenty of room.
There's plenty of room.
The entire party can comfortably lay sideways,
That's if we
across this
unpack it.
wagon. You guys have plenty of room in this wagon. Some poor old ladies on the road are looking at you in your fancy wagon, really wishing that their old bones would be in that wagon instead of walking the 2 miles to the church to pray.
It's only 2 miles. They need the exercise.
And besides, their side quest barely gives any experience at all. So you guys, you're heading off until you see like the beautiful green grasslands start turning to more shrubbery and more hilly, and you realize you're heading out. And thankfully, Twyla's got this great shortcut that she gives you guys that's knocking a couple days off what should be like a month-long trip to get just to the plains that they're talking about on the map. And, you see the occasional, highway patrolman. Basically, it's a pair of guys on horses to give you guys the nod. You seem to run into them about every 3 days because they actually go on a circuit to keep the road safe until you get to a point where you don't see them one day and you're kind of like, I guess we've left their patrol area. So you realize that, you're out there on your little RV trip and you're out in the wilds. So as you guys are, doing the whole hum trip, who's on lookout usually most days?
Well, based on the fact that I'm driving, not me.
I guess it would be. Well, Index has has really great perception, right?
No, I have really great perception.
Well,
But he's tired and his eyes are kind of listful from looking at the road and going, yeah, mule, yeah, mule.
let me see what my perception is.
Which is more of a mew, mew,
Per what?
mew, mew.
What's your perception, Bob?
Per what?
Per mule. Giddy on, mule. Like most of the old westerns.
Oh, lordy. And Index, what's yours?
My microphone was off. What are we looking for?
What's your perception?
Terrible.
It's just me and Michael that have perception.
Okay.
It is
so then I will roll perception.
Okay.
You ready?
Uh-huh. So, you guys are, keeping a pretty good, decent, vigilant lookout. I mean, Twyla's constantly singing on the road, so it's not like the road is ever quiet. Twyla kind of points out hey, look at the horizon. There's some beast eating something. Something over there is eating some sheep, pointing all these things out. And you kind of come across what looks like may have been, at one point, someone took a wagon off the trail. You can't quite see the little ditch it goes into. But you guys could, of course, stop your wagon and go look. But it looks like a few days ago, someone took a wagon and went off-road with it, which seems weird on this little dirt road that you've been following. You can totally just ignore it and keep going if you want, or you can stop. As it sounds like Twyla says, this would be a good place to camp for the night if that's not some murdered traveler in the wash.
Sorry, it's late in my day. What are you guys
Hmm.
in the mood for?
I mean,
So,
I'd rather camp on the road so our bodies might be found.
so can I use the dagger and see if maybe the worthless son took a detour and we should actually follow these tracks?
I enjoy that we reference him now as the worthless son. Not the third son. Not the guy we were sent to find. No.
I will have you
The
know,
worthless son.
In my notes, it's third son.
Okay, you can try.
Oof.
You do the magic. You ask, Twyla to hand over the dagger. It's dagger time. You pull the dagger out and you do the spell, and the dagger sends him nowhere in this area. He is very far from this area. Like he maybe has not even made it this far yet in his path towards. Because remember, you're coming from his destination to where he left.
Right.
You're sensing that the magic is just like fizzle. So you have a feeling that he has not even shed blood within miles of this location.
Well,
Okay.
I suppose it's a good thing that he hasn't shed blood near here. But
As the dagger will magically point to each drop of blood. Just follow the trail.
Why is it going around in circles? Looks
oh
up.
dear.
Oh.
As unfortunately the orcs tied him up and drawn and quartered him and ran into the four directions.
Jesus.
Lord.
That's one way to throw off the mages. Jesus.
Superstitious orcs and their anti-magicness. Okay, so what are you guys gonna do? Just skedaddle on past and find a camp safely a few miles down the trail?
Or we could camp here and go later.
How close
Yeah.
is it to dark?
Oh, you still got a good. It's only like 4:00 in the afternoon at this point. You guys have plenty more sunlight you could try to keep going on, or plenty of time to get out and investigate why a cart went off the road. I mean,
Yeah, that one.
Let's do that.
Okay, so you guys, get the cart and the horses off to the side of the road in case some weary travelers pass you by. Okay, so basically you've got this nice wide little 10-foot dirt road that's nice and clean and scraggy grass off on the sides with lots of brush. We're from Arizona. We know scraggy grass.
Yeah.
So you guys tie up the horses and tie up the beasts of burden for the wagon. So is anyone going to stay at the wagon?
Someone should.
The Muffin Man.
If the Muffin Man's here next week, he stayed at the wagon.
Do you guys want me to stay? Because I can technically cast. How far away is it from?
Oh, it's going to be just out of sight to see wherever this wagon went, if it went anywhere. I mean, you guys could spread yourselves out so that way someone's always within eye shot of the wagon, just say.
Yeah.
Frankly, if we're looking for clues and investigating things, I think Index and I have the most experience at that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll say, because that way, if there is any type of attack, you guys can hear me because I'll be able to,
Bard it up.
All of a sudden you hear,
Not gonna lie, earlier
running
today,
towards you guys like a Muppet, screaming as they're chasing her, getting area affected with her damage.
not gonna lie, earlier today I rolled up my battle mat into a perfect horn and made those exact noises.
Oh, really?
Because I was just sitting around bored.
Oh.
Okay, so you guys basically are spreading out to go investigate. Does somebody want to look at the tracks with good detail now that you're on the ground?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I mean,
you got somebody that's good with tracks and stuff. I mean, you could, it's fairly average expected item thing to do is to check out the tracks.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and do that.
Go for it.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so with your 2 successes, you see that the tracks are all kind of muted, like somebody tried to conceal them. But obviously, they must have been like a nice mild rain when they push it off, because there's the distinct wheel marks going up off the road, which how wheels will sink in a real unused soil easily, and a bit of foot traffic that knocked down some of the grass. So it looks like possibly 3 or 4 folks pushed the cart off the road and down the distance. So basically, you have to.
Can I find at least one example of an individual well-preserved track?
You see one boot print, a nice, cobbled boot. It definitely looks like a human or elf-size boot print.
Not a hide boot.
Doesn't look like a moccasin or something like that. No.
Okay.
It looks more civilized than just regular buckskin, moccasin-style shoes.
Okay. So someone with at least the money to buy boots, which rules out most of the people on this road.
So you guys kind of go over the hill, and those of you that are investigating, you have to go. There's a little tiny creek down there that used to be a creek. Now it's just like an Arizona river. It's just a dry, rocky riverbed that
just
probably gets rain once or twice a year, but that's about it. And you kind of, after you go down there, you kind of see there seems to be in the sides of this little riverbed little caves, like little scratched out little openings that could probably house a person, or could just be natural erosion. That
so little abreves.
Little abreves. And you see looks like a very poorly made wagon, a very small wagon, like a 1 draft horse being pulled wagon.
A cart.
Knocked over on its side, and it seems that there's a few things fluttering around in the afternoon breeze, maybe cloth or paper or something like that, but nothing really in the wagon. Like somebody cleaned it up pretty good, but left loose, garbagey things behind.
Does the spacing of the wheels look about right for this to be the wagon that was pushed off?
this looks, its location, everything tells you, you follow the trail off the edge of the little river, and it's right there, and it's definitely the wagon that went off the road.
Okay. Well, Index, what do you think? Should we,
And if you get closer to where the wagon's down there, it's about a good 5-10 feet down. You definitely see more tracks in the dried riverbed. Obviously, that holds tracks really well.
Eric?
What do you think?
I think we found the wagon.
But it looks like there was another wagon, perhaps, that got away?
Yeah, this just looks like a simple cart wagon. Doesn't sound anything like the caravan you've been told about.
Yeah.
You're definitely getting the impression with your 2 successes it was probably highwaymen jumped somebody and took what they could, dropped the wagon, and cleaned it out down there in the riverbed.
Are the tracks headed in the direction that we were going anyway?
Well, the tracks, you have to get down into the riverbed to see where they go from there, but they may be going to some different location. Like maybe a bunch of highway bandits doing their business and heading back to their bandit hideout.
A bandit hideout is a good place to have a rich hostage.
Yeah. Well, do you think I should go down there? Or should you?
Definitely you. I think if I go down there, I will faceplant.
I mean, you say that, but that's based on athletics, which I'm pretty sure you're better at than I am.
Oh.
No,
right.
he's not.
Yeah, he is. He has like 3 brawn.
I had 3 bronze, so I'd had 3 green.
Oh,
I have 2 greens.
I thought your athletics was low like mine.
No, he's the muscle of the group.
I'm sadly the muscle of
He
the
just
group.
can't swim like me.
None of us can swim. We established this. None of us. Not
It's
one.
like the medieval era. Not many people learn
I
to
can swim.
And then there's that one smartass that breaststrokes across the river with no problem.
He's a witch.
What else floats?
Very small rocks. A duck.
A duck. Very small.
Okay, so you're gonna slide on down there?
Index.
You
I
can
got my
always
rope. I
have
can
him-
help you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll give it a shot. That's fine.
okay, so a blue dice for the rope.
What's the roll?
It's just average athletics.
Okay. Do you want me to program anything, or are you going to put in all the modifiers?
I've already got it all ready for you.
Okay.
Very nice.
See, like a champ, Index, follows the mechanical repelling rhythm, gets down there, and you basically, when you get closer, you find kind of hastily buried a mound that when you step on it, like a hand comes popping out.
Oh.
You realize they hastily buried a body. The wagon clearly has a few little tchotchke-like things if you go check it out, and you see lots of tracks around there.
I ask Korrick if it is normal for you guys to breathe dirt.
As far as I'm aware, no, that's not normal.
Then it is likely that there is somebody in distress.
Are they struggling?
There's a lot of dirt.
I'll hitch the rope off to something and also go down.
Okay.
Can I
got your
get
difficulty
an
in there.
extra blue from his advantage?
If he wants to give you a blue, I can definitely give you a blue
Yeah, that's
because he put all the nice handholds and footholds that you need to get down there.
He literally just punched the dirt.
fuck that dirt. That's why.
Well, it's nice knowing you.
Yay! You're gonna be fine.
Okay. So you do kind of like slide down and get this horrible case of rug burn.
Ow.
So do me a favor. Give me a. Give me another athletics roll real quick.
Oh, that's solid.
Oh no.
Okay. So as Korrick goes sliding down the wall, all of a sudden there's this banging and banging. You hear this hissing sound and dog barking off in the distance.
Story, man.
As Korrick gets banged up pretty badly. We're just going to say he's banged up pretty badly on the landing. Because I did just notice the clock that we said we were going to roll up early because somebody had work tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we should be wrapping up shortly. Korrick kind of looks to inspect the area. Give me a survival roll real quick.
That's a little.
As you clearly realize that obviously there's two bodies, looks like two wanderer gnomes, that have been murdered and buried. You see 3 or 4 clear adult human-sized tracks leading down the river, probably and they're dragging whatever they stole, their ill-gotten gains. You did find in a little silver necklace a tiny bottle with what looks like to be 3 eyelashes inside the necklace.
That's not weird at all.
It's probably somebody's family keepsake,
That's not weird at all.
Or total magic components. You never know, as the case may be. And a little toy crossbow.
Oh.
Like a child would have.
Aw.
But you do notice that there's no child in the wagon or the bodies. And they've been dead, with your survival too, they've been dead at least 2 days, you think.
Jesus. But this doesn't seem to be the caravan that we were looking for.
It definitely does not seem to be the caravan you're looking for, because you would expect just from the wagon you guys were provided, you got a really nice wagon. This is like somebody's home wagon that's been sitting out in the sun for seasons, and you get the idea that this was just some poor unlucky travelers hit by highwaymen and robbed of everything, including their lives. However, I mean, there seems to be possibly a child that's missing.
We're heroes, guys. Come on.
Does Twyla actually say that?
I'm not there, but I'm just saying the title of this game, Heroes of the...
I agree with you. I think that it is important to go get this small thing. And again, it is a logical place to have another ransom subject, so there's no reason for us not to go explore it. I mean,
how
that's
much do we sell this foundling for?
It's what we were told to do.
He's got a point.
And plus, being a wandering gnome, this really kind of would hit home to me.
You guys kind of get Twyla.
Could be family, man.
Ooh,
and leave the Muffin Man back to guard the wagon? Because he's a scout, right?
Yeah, that's right.
He'll totally creep off into the tall grass with his bow and shoot anything that comes near your stuff. You come back and there's a pile of corpses around your stuff. Oh yeah, we parked on the side of the road. So you guys gather up all together. You marshal your forces, and you guys are going to start heading towards where the tracks head off.
Yep. Oh, wait. There was do they show me the guy who's been buried under the dirt?
Yeah, you're there with them, aren't you?
Well, no, because I wasn't there with them originally.
No, in all honesty,
I'm coming.
Index would probably pull them out of the dirt on the off chance they were still possibly alive.
They're known. You never know what they do.
Because I thought you said that we originally split up to make sure we weren't attacked.
Well, you guys
it was mostly just Index and I went.
Shot of each other.
Right, Index. The two of you went, and I didn't see the body. So now I see the body.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm assuming they called out what they found,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
guys?
and we're leaving the Muffin Man to watch the wagons, and you and I are meeting up with Deeps and Gears.
Okay, well, before we do that, I'm going to have me a chat and figure out what happened.
Okay. Do your creepy necromancy, ectomancy.
That's why I just spent 2 story points.
Why did you spend 2 story points when one
thought
could do
you-
the same?
I thought you said it took 2 story points to use that power.
No. Oh, you're using your sixth sense.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to use your magic. Instead, you're actually busting out your ghost whisper power.
Yes.
Okay. So immediately you go down there, you slide down the riverbank. Give me an athletics roll when you get a chance. And you come up to the body that's been pulled out, and you realize it looks like a maw and a paw, and you come up and you kind of whisper between them the secret words of death that that is your sixth sense. And then all of a sudden, eerily, there's like the wind like howls across their lips. The wind kicks up just a little dirt, and you just swear that it's just the wind echoing, but the mouths seem to make this sound, which kind of makes you tighten your hands around your weapons, those who don't like zombies. Nobody likes zombies. And all of a sudden, Bob leans down to get close. And all of a sudden, the father-looking gnome just whispers, "We gave them what they wanted." And the mother's voice kind of comes through your other side of your ear and says, "But still, they took our lives." And then the father's voice says, "What will they do with our child?"
This sounds very Coraline-y.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the Grand Dam.
And immediately you hear this like dual voice from both of them at once saying, "Please avenge our murder." As the rest of you guys are just like, "That's the wind, right? That's totally the wind."
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Maybe the Muffin Man just broke wind
We
uphill.
want to help you and regain your son, but we need to know more about you.
And you just hear this dual, both voices do the whole travelers, traders of knickknacks, friends to humans and orc alike.
Ooh, knickknacks.
Murdered. Is there anything else you're asking of them?
Yeah.
What's their
the
family
vial,
name?
What's the vial with the eyelashes?
Keepsakes. And immediately, now that you're down there and you're holding the jar, Twyla basically knows that it's a wandering gnome thing. If family member sheds an eyelash, you keep it as a memento to keep them close to you.
What's their family name? Are they related to me, in other words?
So you ask Bob to ask that question?
Yes.
And then Bob's like, "Who are your people?" And they go, "Fleetfoots. We are Fleetfoots."
That way,
And
if we can, if I know where the Fleetfoots are, we can return their son or their child, hopefully.
Yeah.
And with that, as you just hear the Fleetfoots, find our child, and the voices seem to be like going distant, like they're caught on the wind and flowing away from the bodies.
Stupid wind spirit.
He's taking all the air out of the bags.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum.
And Bob kind of stands up stoically when the spirits, you just sense they're departing, going to the place where they need to go. You look up and see the like afternoon sun, the dust blowing in the riverbed. And that's a good place to wrap it up there.
Yay.
'Cause I know two of us
Yay.
need some sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I need to go yell at a puppy dog for barking her ass off outside.
What is we XP for today?
I's only given you 5 experience.
That makes
Oh
sense.
no.
Being a total miser since you guys, only got tons of cash today and not much adventure.
So that brings us up to 50 total that we've earned.
Yeah.
Yes,
This is
that's what I've got.
Session 4.
Yep. 50.
I'll try to remind Michael to actually switch for the day. Are we planning on playing next week or?
Yeah, I'm good next week.
Okay.
25. All right, guys. I will talk to you all later. Have a good night.
Have a good
See
one.
ya.
Later, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, and does anyone want to do RPG a day before we leave? Because I'm going to make
Sure.
Kelly have to do it.
Oh, let me run to the restroom. I'll be right back.
Okay, well, let me go get the dog in real quick.